For Sophie, creating the cost estimates is the trickiest part of the business. From past experience, she has learned that estimating too high could cause projects to be cancelled, but estimating too low could mean she would exceed her costs later. A guesstimate is simply not good enough. This time, Sophie feels more confident. Thanks to her earlier work brainstorming and categorizing the work packages, she can now better assess the estimated cost of each work package and therefore the overall project. Sophie decides that to perform this task, a change of scenery is in order. On the way to work, she pulls into the parking lot of her local coffee shop. After ordering a large coffee, she opens her laptop and looks at the project schedule. The majority of the costs for this project will come from the people working on the project in the form of their salaries. At Deco Productions, the finance department has calculated what is known as a loaded rate for employees who work on projects. This loaded rate is an hourly rate that includes not only their salaries, but also reflects overhead costs such as benefits, building costs, and office supplies. So far, 2 people have been assigned to the project: Sophie, project manager, and Jason Brown, a business analyst who worked on the scope planning activities. The loaded rates for these 2 project roles are project manager, $100 per hour, business analyst, $80 per hour. While other team members have not yet been assigned to the project, based on the work involved, Sophie knows she will need the following: graphic designer, $50 per hour, communication specialist, $60 per hour, marketing specialist, $60 per hour, and videographer, $50 per hour. For each activity, she considers the amount of work that will be required. For some activities, she uses her in-depth knowledge of the work involved, while for others, she considers past projects. For the graphics-related work, she makes a quick call to one of the company's graphic designers to verify her estimates. Sophie also includes the cost of her own time and that of Jason, the business analyst, which she predicts will be spent during the executing phase. During the 5 weeks of execution, she estimates that about 1/3 of her time will be needed to manage the team, resolve issues, and communicate with the project stakeholders. She also estimates that she will need about 1 day per week of Jason's time to answer the project team's questions about the project scope and provide quality control for the completed deliverables. Next, Sophie creates a list that contains the amount of materials and equipment that the project will need. Trade show banner stands, 5. Holographic cards for the trade show booth, 2,000. Murals for the multimedia demo, 2. Camera and tripods for the multimedia demo, 2. As she records this information, she checks the current price of each item listed on a number of suppliers' websites. Finally, she considers any additional costs that may be incurred during the project. 1 hour, 1 large coffee, and 2 maple donuts later, Sophie has settled on a total cost estimate for the project and heads into work.